You're listening to Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. Thanks so much for tuning in again and supporting this little podcast. It's because of you that we keep ticking, we keep going. And thank you to all the patrons, patreon.com/inside of you, for really making this show happen and supporting us consistently. A lot of you have been on since the inception of this show, and it means the world to me. And that's why we keep going, because of you guys and all the support. If you want to support, picture it like a streaming service. A very cheap one. So if you want to donate or whatever, inside to the patreon.com/inside of you and become a patron, there's so many great perks. I send packages to the top tiers every few months with a note and little gifts. There's a YouTube live we do. There's so many things in a great forum, and people have made friendships, and it's really wonderful. Also, if you want to go to my Instagram at the Michael Rosenbaum and my link tree, you can see my cameo, and you can see my Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath, my dog mouthwash that you could put a little capful into your dog's water. It's odorless, tasteless, and wonderful. Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath on Amazon. And the Inside You online store has tons of cool stuff like Ship Keys autographed by me, Leximus scripts autographed by me, lunchboxes, Smallville lunchboxes autographed by me, T-shirts with me, and all that stuff. And what else, Ryan? You're here.
I'm here. I mean, even though it's all about, it is all about you.
No, it's not. It's all about you, Ryan.
Well, all the T-shirts and all the mugs.
Oh yeah, maybe I should have a Ryan T-shirt on, at least on the Talkville. It's like Ryan's here.
I'm here too.
I'm here too. A picture of Ryan on the T-shirt. I think that would be a seller. Yes, and the Instagram and the link tree, you can see what cons we're going to. There's a Smallville con specifically for Smallville in October. I'm going to try and get Ryan to do that. I'll be at the Mad Monster in Phoenix in July 13th and 14th. So go there. Tampa Bay I'll be in. Rose City Comic-Con coming up. So come and see me. And it's always a good time. It's always a good time. I promise you're going to have fun. Every time I see people, it's like, we're besties. We got a great guest today. Rachael Harris. She is so cute and smart and sassy. And I think I called her sassy on the podcast.
I think you did.
I did. But she's been in tons of stuff. I mean, Lucifer,
Hangover.
I mean, but so many things. And she's so talented. She kills everything she does. She's such a great guest. I think you're going to really love this. Am I forgetting anything else? No, Sunspin. My band Sunspin. We're doing a stage it July 20th, Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come join us. There's Zooms. I see all your messages live and I comment on it to everybody. It's like a big party and there's prizes and there's great music and we're working on our next album. So come support us so we could work on our next album, get that done this year. Sunspin.com. And Rachel's tremendous, and we love her. So let's just get into this. Let's get inside of Rachael Harris. It's my point of view. You're listening to Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum was not recorded in front of a live studio audience. You're feisty.
What do you mean?
In a fun way. You're fun. You got a little, there's always something behind the eyes. You're always thinking of other shit to say.
Mm-hmm.
You've always been like that, haven't you?
It's probably been, well, yeah.
Since you were a kid, you were a little mischievous?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you hate when people say mischievous?
Yeah. Or when they say, anyways.
Anyways.
No, it's anyway.
Anyway. Yeah, who says anyways?
No, I don't know.
People do. What do other people say?
Or escape.
Escape?
Instead of escape.
Yeah. Or I'm taken back by that. I'm taken back. I'm taken
back by that.
What's another good one?
No, you're like, it's a back.
Yeah, no. And they're really serious and they say, I was taken back by it. I'm like, well.
It just.
Well, I mean,
you're
what
like,
are you
all
gonna
right.
do? I mean, I'm not the most educated person in the world.
No, I mean, I am really not. I was a terrible student.
Really?
I just look smart because of my glasses.
Have you always worn glasses? Not always.
I started, when I started wearing glasses, you're going to find this fascinating. You won't. But I was doing The Daily Show.
Yes.
And I had to read a teleprompter, and I was like squinting. I couldn't see it. And
that's scary.
Yeah. And so they were like, we can make it larger. But I was like, wow. And then I started noticing, this is so sad, the guide on the TV. Like when I would go through, remember when we lived by the guide before stream? Anyway.
Yeah, no, I still go by the guide.
I do too. It's just sad. I'm old. The guide, I couldn't see it. And I was like, I can't have that.
No.
I need to be able to see the programming.
Are you a far-sighted person or a nearsighted person?
I am nearsighted.
So far away is tough.
Yeah.
Near, you're good. You could take your glasses off right now and read what I have here.
Probably not. I mean, like, it's gone downhill. Like, I have progressives.
I am like always looking for answers, and every time you're on Instagram, it's say, do this, and this will stop your headaches. Do this, and your nose will be smaller.
Yeah.
Do this. So I swear to God, it's like everything. And there was this one guy who's like, do these eye exercise, and you won't ever need glasses. You'll correct your vision. And I started doing it. Yeah. And it was like to the left, to the right, triangle, down, box, going. And I started doing these things. I go, what the fuck are you doing, man?
You don't need your glasses.
Don't you think somebody would have mentioned this
a long time ago?
Some optometrist would have said, hey, look at an X. Yeah. Imaginary. Yeah. It doesn't work.
No.
So
no, and I'm always scared in the eye exams that I'm trying to like please the doctor.
Me too.
Where I'm like, oh no, I can see it. I can see it.
Can you read the third line, Rachel?
And then I'm like, oh, not good enough.
Yeah.
Instead of just being honest, and but I've learned to be honest now.
Yeah.
Like,
because honest, it helps. Yeah. Like you'll say, read the fourth line. I'll go, CEFGIA. And he goes, yeah. I go, I got it. He goes, not close. Not close. I go, really? No.
That's the thing, is that if you can just be authentic. I said a really big word.
Are you authentic?
Yes.
Do you think you've always been authentic? Do you think
No.
No.
I think when I first started out acting, I think I grew up in Ohio, small town, and there's a whole like Tennessee Williams play in there, but I'm not going to go into it.
Oh, we all have that in small towns.
Well, yeah.
Me too. I grew up in a small town.
Yeah. Yeah. Indiana, right?
Newburgh, Indiana. So, right near Kentucky.
Yeah.
And the stories that if I told you, you thought it was a quaint little town, crazy shit.
Same.
I could tell, like the guy behind me got caught in a shredder at work and shredded his whole body. 2 blocks away, a guy, killed.
Why is that funny to me? That's terrible.
It's so ridiculous.
It's so dark.
I could write a novel.
Yeah, no, my parents, I should write something. Everybody's, you got to write this, and I'm like, it's intense.
Were you near Youngstown?
It's no, I was near Columbus, but I mean, I've been to Youngstown. I've been to like Dayton. They're all kind of this, Do
they have a Knights Inn still?
Yes.
They have the Knights Inn?
Yeah.
I used to stay there and I used to be so excited. We're staying at the Knights Inn. Little did I know, it was the cheapest fucking motel, motel you can get.
And like the Red Roof Inn.
Oh, yeah. And I used to keep all the soaps.
Yes.
I was like Gilbert Godfrey. He always did that. He kept his little shampoo.
I know. Do you still do that?
No.
Yeah. Thanks. See, that emphatic no makes me so happy.
Yeah, because that's really, I do have OCD, but it's not that extreme.
Well, and but it's also a hoarding thing. You know what I mean? Like a lack thing. Like if people take all the soaps and it's like we can afford soap.
Yeah.
We can afford.
Yeah, we could do actually a full bar that will last more than an hour.
Or hey, call me crazy, like a gel. Yeah. Like a gel that comes out of a pump.
You don't need the hair cover. You
don't need to take those.
You don't. What do you need them for?
You don't. You don't
need to file your nails. You don't need 100 of those.
No. And it's like we can afford to get this. Yeah. So it's an abundance thing.
Were you popular growing up?
You were. I was a theater nerd in school. I was a cheerleader. I was more popular, I think, like in middle school.
You look like a cheerleader. You look like you'd be a cheerleader. Like you were a cheerleader.
Well, my hair now, especially since it's like short and like
you look like a Paige Porter. We had a girl at our high school named Paige Porter, cute, blonde, short hair. She was adorable. Paige Porter.
Yeah, no.
Out of my league.
Well, no. I mean, I was okay, so let me just say it this way. I was in middle school. The first year that I auditioned, that I tried out. Actually, it's not an audition, but I tried out to be a cheerleader. I didn't get it and I was devastated. But I also had I didn't have the outfit down. What all the wealthy girls wore, to try out for cheerleading. And they also knew what they were doing. So the second year I was ready and I had those white sneakers, white socks, blue shorts, light blue Oxford. I was ready. And that was the beginning of I'm going to be so good you can't ignore me.
And the guys liked the cheerleaders. You went out with a lot.
They did, but no. I was so super
straight-laced
nerd. Yes, very straight-laced. Because my mom was, I love my mom.
She's still with us.
She is not. She's passed.
Is. I'm sorry.
But she was a big rager and
rager.
Yeah.
Your mother partied.
No, screamer. Very control.
Because we raged.
Did you think rage too? Yeah, you were she partied. No, she did not party. Well, they did party, and that's part of the problem.
Right.
But
bad temper.
Yeah, really bad, scary. So I was I towed the line. I was a good girl.
Really? Would she spank you?
Yeah, when we were little. She did more than spank me when I was young.
Like what?
Yeah,
more than spank?
Mm-hmm.
Like belt?
No, just really hitting and some serious.
That's
abusive. Yeah, that's
how long did you ever confront her about these things?
I did.
When did that happen?
In college, when I was having all this anxiety and things like that.
And how did it come out? Do you remember the day?
I do. I was standing in the kitchen and I looked at her and I said, "You hit me when I was a child." And she said, "I didn't." And I out of a movie, I ran out of the house like Forrest Gump, just running and running and running. And
you were hitting.
Yes. And the good news, and I'll cut to the chase, is that after lots of therapy, I had a therapist that said, she may never admit it, and that doesn't make it not true. And it's okay. And thank God I have an older brother and an older sister.
They got hit.
Yes. That also were we understand this happened. So then in a very beautiful thing, I had gotten to this place where I was it doesn't matter. I love her. She did the best that she could. We did.
I've done
she
that.
She had much worse done to her. She grew up in an orphanage. She didn't have parents when she was in the orphanage. They didn't have therapy.
So you forgave her?
Absolutely.
But it doesn't mean what she did was right.
No.
And it affected you.
Absolutely. And so to take the drama, well, whatever. It's so dramatic. It's I keep trying to make it okay for everybody, but it's okay. When after 9/11 happened, I got a letter in the mail and I talked to my mom, but she sent me a letter. And in the letter, she said, "I just want to apologize for what happened when you were a child. And if anything were to happen and I never apologized, I would never be able to forgive myself." Because I had been going back and forth to New York and LA at this point in my career.
Right.
And
it was
in my career.
It was an absolute surprise.
It literally was that thing where they say
you were
it was
crying your eyes out.
Oh yeah.
You needed that validation.
Yeah. It was 4:00 on a Tuesday or something. And I was what? And then I immediately called her and I said, "I love you. I love you. I love you so much. You never have to apologize to me ever again."
And that was it.
Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that.
I know. I didn't mean
No, but it happened.
I know,
it happened
but
in the
I
kitchen
know.
too, where I was this person said something, and I go, "Well, you hit me."
Yeah.
I never hit you. I go, "Don't look at the person that you hit and tell them you never hit them."
Wow.
And then they changed the subject.
I wish you had been with me on that day because I did not. I ran.
I just looked.
I
at
ran
them.
out the door I didn't know what to do with it.
Oh my God, they can't even admit that.
Yeah.
How could you? And it's sort of.
I just think I have a 5 and a 7-year-old now, and I will never forget the first time, the one and only time I spanked. I just did papows
on the butt or whatever.
On the butt in front of my other son, in front of my nanny. Everyone was there. My son is autistic and has he's low-level autism and ADHD, and he was having a moment where I was trying to help him with something, and he kicked me in the face. and was very aggressive. It was a reaction. He kicked me. Well, he wanted
yours was a reaction.
Yes, he wanted to kick me in the face, and I was trying to control him, and I couldn't. And so I said, Henry, you do not kick mommy in the face. And then I did pow, pow, pow. It sounds worse, but I mean, like I did boom, boom, boom on his butt. And it was as if it was like an electric shock went through my body where I was like, wow. And I just said, Henry, I'm so sorry. I can never do that to you again. I'm like, I have to figure out different ways to deal with my anger. Right. And he was like shocked.
Do you have a temper?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
So you could be sweet and fun and everything's great, but you could also, don't F with me.
Yes. But and that comes from a real place, a learned behavior place.
It's probably from a place, if I'm speaking maybe out of turn, but one I can relate to is that you don't like authority. You don't like when people feel condescending or are questioning your sort of intellect or putting you down or any kind of or not admitting to what they did or saying something. It infuriates you because you're feeling those feelings all over again.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to we have to learn how to sort of acknowledge it. We all know about the speed of sound, but have you ever thought about the sounds of speeding? If you drive over the speed limit, there are a lot of different sounds you might actually hear. Drive too fast and you can hear the sound of your vehicle crashing, the sound of ambulances and first responders desperately trying to free you from wreckage. You could hear the beeps of a heart monitor. You could hear doctors and nurses in an emergency room as you're being treated for your injuries. You could hear the sound of worried family members in the hospital waiting room, hoping to hear that you're okay. You could even hear the sound of people crying at a funeral. Because if you drive over the speed limit, whether by a lot or by a little, you can do damage that's beyond repair. You could seriously injure yourself. Or worse, you could hurt and even kill someone else. When you speed, you put everyone on the road in danger. One way or another, speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA. This show is sponsored by Betterhelp. Betterhelp has been with us for a long time, and there's a reason, because people are using it, and it's helping so many people. Now, does social media make it seem like everyone else is living the fabulous, amazing life while yours is not that? Comparison is the thief of joy, and it's easy to envy other people's lives. It might look like they have it all together, but in reality, they probably don't. Therapy from BetterHelp can help you focus on what you want instead of what others have, so you can start living your best life. Therapy is helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself, and it isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. Therapy from BetterHelp can help every single one of us.
If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/inside today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/inside. You went to a lot of therapy, didn't you?
I did. I went to a lot of therapy, and also because my stepdad, who was the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life. Yeah. My biological father divorced my mom when I was 2. That'd be weird. They got married.
Kind of weird.
They got married out of the womb. And then, but my stepfather came in when I was 4, and he was amazing and great.
But he was there when this happened. Did he step in?
Well, gosh, we're really going deep. It's great. When I was in 6th grade, something happened where my mom lost it, and my stepdad said, "If you ever hit Rachel again, I'm leaving you." And she came in and told me that, and I was like, "Ugh." And my stepdad never said that to me, but I knew that he was aware.
He had your back.
Yeah. And he never had a temper.
Did you ever hit him?
I don't know. I never saw it.
You weren't privy to that.
I never saw it. I saw them fight. I saw the two of them fight,
right,
which was not great.
No, I remember some fights of my parents, and it reminded me of The Shining.
Yeah.
Wendy.
Yes.
Give me the bat, Wendy. I'm not going to hurt you.
That's terrifying.
I'm telling you. Yeah. Well, there were some moments.
Yeah.
I mean, it was my family. It was completely, everybody who listens knows, but
Yeah.
dysfunctional. And you know, what happens is you live with it and you cover up the hurt and you numb the hurt and you hide the hurt and you pretend you're someone else and you pretend everything's great and you use laughter and comedy and all these things to get you through it. And then one day it pops up and you're like, oh my God, I'm damaged. I've been damaged for a while and I haven't dealt with this. Where do I even start?
Did you go into therapy?
Oh
or
yeah.
Did you,
I went away to this place for 30 days and people are like, oh my God, I didn't know you were a drug addict. No drugs, alcohol. No, it's I have a lot of stuff that
That's
I need to
major. That's so great.
I just left one day and everybody was like, I'm gone for 30 days.
But also, Michael, as a man,
I know.
men don't do that. That's massive.
Well, men are starting to do this.
I
think the stigma is changing because
I didn't mean to black and white
people
that,
like
but-
us are opening up.
Yeah.
People like Ryan over here. He goes to therapy now.
Ryan, good.
It's good. So it's like you just have to know. You have to learn. You can correct your behavior if you understand it, and if you learn to understand where it comes from, then you could start piecing it together and go, "Oh, this is the way. This is why I respond the way I do. This is why I'm really insecure. This is why I have anxiety. This is." And if you could do that and accept it, but there are some things I feel that as much work as I've done, there are some things I think that can never be corrected, and that just they're sort of embedded in me. That, like, although I know I'm not a complete idiot, but there's parts of me that feel like you're a dummy, you're not smart. How do you not know that? You're dumb, and I hear the voices.
Yeah,
and I don't know how to get out of that. And it's like, of course, the therapist will sit there and say, well, look at your career. Look at all the things you've done. Look at this and this and this and this. Don't you realize that all these things are untrue? That you feel you're not dumb? I go, no, still feel it.
Yeah.
You know, you never lose it. You just acknowledge it and go, all right, backseat, dude.
Exactly. Well, you just get better at quickly acknowledging it, right? And then saying, thank you so much. That's not really helpful right now. And you may have to do that 15 times a day.
Yeah.
You know, especially, but like, I mean, I love working. I love being in that environment. I do.
Really?
And I love it mainly because I'm focused on being of service. Does that make sense? Like I'm being of service to the director and to the crew. I love being a part of that environment. We all know what the rules are.
Yeah.
This is, you know, it feels very safe to me. I like being in that environment emotionally. I mean, I love it creatively and I feel like I excel at it, but I don't excel at a lot of other things. Like I've always said, I'm so glad it worked out as an actor because I have no other skill set.
I don't think that's true, but
okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I could, yeah.
But that's your passion. That's what you love. It gives you purpose. All those things.
But I feel confident in that environment. But that doesn't mean I feel confident as a mother.
Really?
You know, like, I mean,
that's got to be really difficult because.
Well, yeah. No, but this is the thing. I feel like I'm not alone in that. Any other mother sitting next to me right now would say, yes, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, there, you know, it's all a spectrum, right? Like some mothers may feel more confident than others, but I mean, I'm really proud of myself. I think I do a really good job. I work really hard.
Yeah.
But that incident that I was talking about, like spanking my 7-year-old, it was so great to immediately call the aide that works with us, Henry's one-to-one aide that works with him. And he's great. You wouldn't really know he was autistic or had ADHD. I mean, you'd be like, that kid's on fire. But he's amazing and so funny and very sweet. And he's great. But then also calling his dad, who we're divorced and we're different people. But it was great to immediately say, this is what happened. I regret it, but we need to like deal with it as a family.
Yeah.
And it's a learning, you know, of course I felt incredible shame for spanking him, where I grew up, every kid on my block got
You
spanked.
still feel it.
Every
even
kid
though
on
it
my
was
block.
one incident and it
One
wasn't even a
time.
big deal. It's
One time.
But I know one time you still, that's it, you feel guilty for
I
it.
regret,
And it's
yeah.
understandable, but it's not, it doesn't, anybody on the outside looking in would be like, so what? Let it go. And
Yeah,
it's like,
and
we all
gratefully,
do
I
it.
have,
we
like-
grab our son, we do this, we go, no, or you hit him in the butt. You know,
Mhm.
you just say, you know, most people don't think of it, but since these things happen
Yeah.
to you, that's why you carry it.
Yeah.
You know, and it you were talking about you and your ex, and we don't have to talk about it, but you said we were different people. I want to know
Mhm.
how it happens where you get married and then you get divorced. You go, oh, we're just different people. How do you not know you're different people when you
you're
get married?
dating? Okay. Well, when we got together, we were both single. We didn't have children. I was working. He's working. He's a violinist. He was working in New York on Broadway. He'd been working there for 13 years. We had we had multiple friends. What am I saying? Not multiple friends, but we had a lot of friends in common.
Yeah,
And that was great. So
we had many friends.
So, sorry,
No,
you made
works.
me
That
laugh.
works.
Made me laugh, and I snort. What?
Mutual friends.
We have mutual friends.
Yeah.
That's what we had a lot of mutual friends, and that was amazing. And then I think it's very easy when you're dating someone and you're single and you don't have any. There's no real obligations, right? You aside from like pets or things like that, there's nothing else that you're taking care of. And you can fly whenever you want to go somewhere, or you can
You're your own
whatever.
responsibility.
Exactly.
You have to just take care of yourself. Right.
And when children come into the mix, that's when it's like fertilizer for all your character defects. You know what I mean? For all of your imperfections.
True colors.
Exactly. Because the things that made us realize we were different people is that I was working on Lucifer at the time and also Suits when we had Henry. And we didn't realize in the beginning that Lucifer was going to be shooting in Vancouver. We thought it was going to be in LA. So I had to travel a lot. And I was saying, I'm going to need a night nurse, to like get up with the kids get up with Henry
If you're working long hours and you're doing all these things, you're gonna need some help.
Right. And he was adamant against it because that's just not the way he was raised. He grew up in Michigan and he was like, I don't want somebody else taking care of our child. And I said, okay, well,
then you do it.
It's stressing me out. Right. And so I'm not dissing him. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm just saying we have
different thoughts
on it.
Yeah.
And we had different thoughts about finances when it came to what we found important. I grew up very poor. I worked very hard to get to a certain place in my career. And I was like, well, I would like to drive an Audi. And he was like, well, no, I think if you're going to drive, you don't need to drive an Audi. And I was like, and then I internalized that. Just like I don't want to talk too much about him because he's not here.
No, you're just saying
defend himself.
You're just saying that you're
when you have children, you learn, you don't know how somebody's going to parent really until you're in it.
And you both have different kind of thoughts.
Yes.
That's all you're saying. You're not like putting him down. You're just saying, hey, you think this way, I think this way. And it just ended up not being beneficial to both of us.
And we went to therapy together and I
tried.
talked a lot about it in therapy.
Do you still talk?
Oh yeah. He and his partner.
The way you said that, I could tell you're very close.
Yeah, we are. And I think the great thing about my son having special needs is that it's really bonded us very quickly.
That's rare. That's fucking rare.
I know. And like his partner, Erin, I love her. If she ever leaves us, I am going with her. No, I love her. And I want, I took her, we had like a mother-son for Mother's Day. We had a mother-son dance at their elementary school. And I have another son, Otto, 5 as well. And he's Otto. I said it, Otto. I said
it's Otto.
It's Otto. It's like, and remember when we.
Otto.
Well, all the.
His name is Otto.
That's how we say it, like a robot. But he, remember when we were filming and a lot of the camera equipment has Otto Nemens on it?
No.
You've never seen that like on the camera equipment?
Maybe.
Google it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, don't Google it,
Ryan, I'm kidding. But I saw that name and I've always loved it.
I love that name too.
And then my ex-husband is German.
Sprechen Sie etwas Deutsch? Können Sie lesen und schreiben?
What was I going to? I almost responded in Spanish. Guten Tag. Ich liebe.
I love.
Ich liebe.
Ich liebe dich.
Gute Nacht.
Guten
Nacht.
Nacht.
We say I love
Good
you.
night.
Good night.
Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
I think. Yeah.
I think.
Guten Morgen.
Yeah. You speak German, obviously.
I can speak a bisschen, a little.
Okay, because Christian's family is from
München?
no, near Frankfurt in gosh, why can't I think of it right now? I say it all the time.
Cologne?
It's a great Cologne's beautiful.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. But regardless.
Anyway,
But I love that you all get along.
Yeah. Well, so we went to this mother-son dance, and I said, Aaron, you should come with Henry and Otto, and it was a big moment for us. Because
That's awesome.
She was like, thank you for that. And my ex-husband was so great. He was like, and I said, she's with us all the time. Of course she's gonna go. And my son's hearts are big enough they know that I'm their mommy, but they also can have
two mommies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Do you find dating to be difficult? Especially since you're a celebrity and you're back maybe you're already with someone. But is it tough?
Yeah. No, I
mean,
it
is tough.
I think it's tough because you never really know. Like you have, we have so much material out there, right, that people can watch.
Yeah.
And then they get this idea that you're Sheila Says from Suits. I was like, I'm really not Sheila. I don't wake up like this.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
I wake up with red splotchy skin.
Yeah, who cares? I know. It's called life.
Oh, but this goes back to me being a cheerleader in the 7th grade. I was bone white, no melanin in my skin, big birthmark up the back of my leg. It was not hot.
He's talking about like it's past tense, like you don't have the birthmark anymore.
You're right. I had it lasered off. No, I've had people say to me, you could just laser that off.
What, are they German?
I know. I made it
you
sound
could
like
just
German.
have these people laser it off. You don't need to have your birthmark.
No, but it was a French woman. It was a costume designer on a show that I was on a long time ago. Yeah. No, I'm very proud of it. Yeah.
I have a mole. And it's not going away.
Where is your mole?
Take a guess.
On your back.
I have a mole on my back.
Okay.
But anyway, it's a small mole that I like. The doctor's like, it's nice.
Yeah, I had a mole right here. Very famous mole.
Let me see it.
No, well, it's gone now.
Let me see something that's gone.
It was
Who
right
says
here.
that?
But you didn't know it was gone.
Inside You is brought to you by Rocket Money. I believe that Rocket Money is one of the things you should listen to me about. It's just going to save you money. That's it. That's what this app does. Rocket Money. It's a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. It's working for so many people. I'd say everybody. I mean, how many times do you want to watch a show, so you have a subscription for something and you do a trial period, and then all of a sudden you realize you've been charged $100 6 months later. I mean, this is ridiculous. Why doesn't everybody have Rocket Money?
I don't know.
I really don't know. It's so easy to use. Studies show most Americans think they spend about $62 per month on subscriptions, but get this, for many, the real number is closer to $300. That is literally thousands of dollars a year, half of which we've probably forgotten about. And thankfully, Rocket Money.
With Rocket Money, I have full control over my subscriptions and a clear view of my expenses.
I can see all my subscriptions in one place, and if I see something I don't want, Rocket Money can help me cancel it with a few taps.
Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lowering your bills for you by up to 20%.
Wow.
All you have to do is submit a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest, and they'll deal with customer service for you.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/inside. That's rocketmoney.com/inside. rocketmoney.com/inside. What's the most favorite thing in terms of work that you've done? Like you'll sit here and tell me you loved Lucifer, because you probably did.
I did. I loved
great role,
and I loved the family.
Yeah, the family.
I mean, Tom Ellis.
I had him on the podcast. He was fantastic.
Isn't he awful?
Yeah,
His
he's
stupid
such a
accent.
dick. Really a dick. No, he's so
Stupid.
handsome and
He is.
welcoming and sweet and humble. And
He's totally like that
that's
all
what
the
I hear.
time.
That's what I hear from everybody. What do you think when you think of like your favorite projects?
Yeah.
What comes to mind? Sequest? I like
You know the
Sequest.
story behind that.
No.
You're like, no, I don't, Rachel. I did
Is it
not.
a good story?
I didn't read everything about you.
No.
It is a good story. I was a nanny for Roy Scheider way back in the day.
What?
Not for him, but for his child.
Not wait. Yes, I understand that. But you met him.
He was 60. I remember I used to get.
I was so sad when he passed.
So much. Oh, I know. He's really close to Barry Sonnenfeld, and I worked with Barry Sonnenfeld. Oof.
Roy Scheider.
Roy Scheider.
Oh man.
He was amazing. He was so kind and very private. And I remember I was living in New York catering, and one of the catering people said, I have a client that I think would really like you. Do you ever nanny? And I was like, well, I babysit. Like I was so green. I was just like, I babysit.
But he hired you.
So I met with them. They hired me. I would go out to the Hamptons.
I remember they had a house in the Hamptons on the beach.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh. And Brenda King, Scheider, his wife, was so great. She used to tell me that she was roommates with Helen Hunt back in the day and whatever. She gave me a mattress. I had to drive like near here, like right by the old Jerry's
You're not going to
Deli
tell me
on
Roy
Ventura.
Scheider gave you this role.
Yes, he did. He did. I was a nanny, and he said, we were talking about acting, and I was always like, he's not going to know if I'm good or not or whatever. But he said, well, do you have your SAG card? And I was like, I don't. And he said, well, this is what I'm going to do. When we move out to to Los Angeles, we're going to bring you in as an extra. And then I'm going to give you a line. And nobody's going to know, but we're going to pick you out of the extras and just say, hey, we need you to say this. And then you're going to say that line. And then
you're going to
get your SAG card. And I was like,
wow,
I don't think that's going to happen. I'm so freaked out. I don't know if it's going to happen. And then of course he goes, this person's going to call you. And so I get a call from this PA, and they're like, we need you tomorrow morning to be blah, blah, blah at this time. Go into wardrobe. I did it. And then it was the very first time on like a sound stage or anything. It was amazing. I had done, and then I started doing background work on the original 90210, but that's a whole other story. But that happened.
Picked you
he
out.
Wasn't on set. He wasn't.
What was the line?
It was these orbs.
You remember it?
Mm-hmm, I do. These orbs could change the two kids. I can't remember their names. These orbs could change, let's say, Peggy and Justin's lives forever. And I'm holding these orbs.
Were you nervous?
Was I nervous? I was so nervous, but I was also excited. Does that make sense? So it's like,
absolutely.
I just was like, here we go.
This is
game
your
on.
opportunity.
I was like, game on. So then cut to when the episode is supposed to air, and I'm in Los Angeles, and my parents are in Ohio. My whole family's watching, and I'm like, this is it. And they're like, okay, we see you. Like they close up on me. They close it on me, and they're like, okay. And then I'm listening, and I can hear them, and then they're like, great, yeah. They're like, great job. And I was like, did you hear me say my line? And they're like, no. And I was like, what?
They cut it.
But that was always the intention.
You got the SAG card.
Yes.
And from there,
yes,
that's when did you read for the role?
No.
That's all you did?
Yeah, that's all I did was one line
that's
on
it.
Sequest. Yeah.
That's amazing.
But they gave, I know.
Roy Scheider. Did you go to his funeral?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Jeez, man.
I didn't. Did you?
No.
Oh.
I didn't know Roy.
Oh, I thought you knew him.
I just knew where he lived. Weird. Really odd.
No, that's hilarious.
Did you audition for Hangover?
I did.
How many times?
Just once.
With Todd Phillips?
Yeah, with Todd Phillips.
Do you know I auditioned for it?
You did?
And he sat there and he looked at me and goes, you're great. And I go, well, thanks very much. He goes, but we've already cast the character you're right
What? Todd.
They already cast Bradley Cooper. He goes,
Todd
he goes,
Phillips.
Because I think I was reading for Ed Helms' character.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're right for the other character, but we've cast it.
Then
Then I go, Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for being honest. Nobody ever does that.
No, that's true. Todd's
And I
very,
liked
very
it.
direct.
I left. My agent goes, how'd it go? I go, I didn't get it. He goes, what do you mean you didn't get it? You don't know that. I go, he told me. But I always commend him for doing that. I think that was pretty, because that was a life-changing experience. Because you were dynamite in that.
Thank you.
I mean, you were so good. Was it fun and playful on set?
Yeah.
Just always like where they say more bitchy, more.
Oh, if you could see, but my favorite thing to do, and nobody does this anymore, but on the DVD, there's the director's cut. And Todd goes through and talks about every single scene, right? With Bradley and Ed and the guys. And what Todd says is so, it's like, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm fine. Like after the wedding scene, like it was,
He
I was
loved you.
like, yeah, it was fun. And I'd worked with him in tiny little parts in other movies. Like I had auditioned for him a few times on other things. So this was great, but we had no idea that The Hangover was going to be The Hangover.
No.
We just knew that we were having a lot of fun.
Well, you did Groundlings. Did you get to improvise a lot?
I did.
Like a lot. You guys were going nuts.
Todd could not hear me say enough swear words, enough disgusting, foul
What's one thing
things.
you remember doing that never made it to anything, but you remember, oh my God, everybody was in stitches?
Well, I remember saying, suck my cock. Like.
To your husband.
To Ed. Yeah.
Right. To your.
Yeah. Oh, no. This is to Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, Zach.
Like the tags on that.
Oh.
Like so many tags. We played with so many awful things. Yeah. And I was like, wow.
Did they break?
Even after I did it, yeah. But Todd was like, say this, say this, say this. And I just did it. I just was like, okay.
And straight faced.
Yep.
Did you ever break and laugh?
Yes.
Who made you laugh?
Ed probably in the doctor scene, like at the doctor, the doctor F scene.
Yeah. So he cracked you up.
Yes. But he also was so great because I think that was our first scene that we shot. I'm not sure, but I can't remember. Maybe we did the wedding scene first, but he was like, we were doing the scene and I was doing it as scripted. And Ed looks at me and he's like, come on, improvise more. Say like crazy, like, come on. And I was like, all right. And then that's when I said things like, and that little girl up on that stage who's dry humping and fucking the fucking stage, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, and like I could see in his eyes, he was like, that's what and then to bring it back to be where she's like so prim, right? Was so fun, but that wouldn't have happened if Ed hadn't said, come on. Like because we had worked together so much, like on The Daily Show and then done other things. And so we were friends. And he was like, you got to let it rip.
Do people still let you rip?
They do.
Because they should know your abilities.
They do. Well, yeah, they do. But
obviously
I also,
in Lucifer, you can't really do it.
No. But I was like, but we got to do that a little bit, which was fun. But it's not really the right vibe for it.
Yeah.
But I was just doing, I just did like Leverage, Redemption, and which was bizarre. Anyway, whatever, and great. And I got to improvise in that, which was really fun. Because I'm so like from a theater, because first I'm a theater actor, and then I went to the Groundlings. So I'm always like, you have to do what's written on the page first, out of respect for the writers, because as a writer, we've worked so hard on making, those words what they should be. And until somebody says, okay, make it your own, I feel like it's disrespectful to the writer not to do what's on the page.
I bet you auditioned for Bridesmaids.
I didn't.
What?
I didn't, no.
You should be up for everything like that.
Well, this is the thing. Annie and Kristen Wiig knew me from the Groundlings. They already knew that I don't know. I have no idea what that process was like. But because Wendy McClendon-Covey was from the Groundlings, Melissa's from they knew what that cast was going to be. And they knew who they wanted for it. So, and it was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's like one of the greatest films ever.
I think Kristen Wiig is like the funniest person on the planet.
I think you're absolutely right.
She is. She hasn't done anything lately. Have
you watched Palm Royale?
Oh no, is that good?
It's so good.
Really?
Oh my
All
God,
right, I'll
it's
watch.
so
I was going
good.
to ask you if
Allison
there are any
Janney.
shows that I should watch because
Ooh.
I'm tough.
I'm
really tough on shows.
I
I'm so
don't
tough
think
that
you're
I
as tough
watched
as I
this
am.
movie the other night,
Mhm.
and it was such a piece of shit that I demanded iTunes give me my money back. I'm based on principle, and I did, and I emailed them, and they gave me $5.99 back.
What about your time? Did they give you your time back?
No,
That's not nice.
but that movie
That's
was
so
like, I'm not
shitty.
giving money to them.
Can you say what movie it was?
No,
Come on.
because it's like a small movie. It's not like a big. I just
Yeah.
don't want to hurt people, but
Yeah.
I do want to hurt people.
Yeah.
No,
Just
I don't.
like no.
No, I do.
I know what that's like.
There's so many
I-
bad,
Yeah. No, I find that it was so great because I just did this film, but we got to see it in a theater, and I was like, God,
What is it?
we have to go see films in theaters.
Yeah.
It's Mother of the Bride, which is on Netflix right now.
And who do you play?
I play Janice.
Of course you do.
Of course, I play Janice, who's like the single, drunk friend of Brooke Shields.
You get to play drunk.
A little bit, not really. I mean,
Okay.
like I could have played. That's hard too. Like you don't
Playing
want to play drunk.
The best drunk of all time is Dudley Moore in Arthur.
True, that's true. And also Jack Lemmon plays it good.
He's taking the knife of the cheese. You think he likes cheese? That movie is
This is the
my
best.
favorite. It's my favorite. I can quote that movie all day. It's my favorite comedy of all time.
What about Tootsie?
I like Tootsie, but Arthur.
No,
is
but
another
Arthur's
level.
yeah.
Arthur's
But
like
he's super fun.
Arthur. I
Arthur.
killed a man once. He goes. He came into our kitchen in the middle of the night,
Mm-hmm.
and I stabbed him.
Yeah.
I guess you ate out that night. I mean, with him in the kitchen like that. Just one after another. I just in the stitches. What's your favorite comedy of all time?
I mean, there's so many different genres. Like I love everything from Tootsie. Like I mean, but I love that just for nostalgic reasons.
Yeah.
And he's an actor. Is that my phone? Rude.
No.
And then, oh my gosh! But I love things like Step Brothers and
Oh, that's fucking phenomenal.
you can't. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, and I do love The Hangover, which is gross that I'm saying that.
The
but I
Hangover
do.
is hilarious. In
But
fact,
the first
I
one.
need to watch it again. Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, I love. But I mean, like, I love old movies like Raising
Airplane.
Arizona. Yeah. Oh, Airplane's so great. But like Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona.
Come on.
Christmas Vacation.
Stop it.
It's one of the funniest.
Oh my God. Oh
It
my
is one of the funniest.
God. Chevy Chase.
He's
When
such
they're
he's
singing-
so brilliant.
When they're singing the carols at the tree. Step Brothers. Also, when
the boat.
I can't, the boat, but also when, what's his name? The dad, who is one of my favorite actors of all time.
Oh yeah, he was in Dahmer. He was the father. in
Oh,
Dahmer.
yeah.
He's
And also,
brilliant.
he's
Richard Jenkins.
Richard Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Oh, I
He's
would
so
love
good.
to work with Richard. That's
I
a
would
dream.
love to work
Wouldn't
with
we?
Richard
Let's
Jenkins.
call Richard Jenkins and say,
We should say
hey,
we have got.
we
to
would
work
like
with
to
you.
work with
And then
you.
watching him play such a
Yeah.
harrowing character.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of great movies out there. I don't
No, but,
think.
but wait. When
But go ahead.
Richard Jenkins is in Step Brothers and he's like, it's Christmas Eve and he goes down and he goes, I'm gonna go get a drink at the bar. And Mary Steenburgen looks at him and she goes, but it's Christmas Eve. But it's Christmas Eve. And he goes, yeah, Merry Christmas. And he walks out the door. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
It's just so subtle.
That moment, he just tosses it, he's just like, Merry Christmas to his wife and his family. And then he's like, you idiots. Like, it's just.
My favorite is honestly when Will is singing. He's like, he's like, I don't know. My voice is all scratchy. I haven't sang in a while. I'm out of tune. I don't. And I was just like, I don't know. It's like, and he's doing that thing, and it's just like you sing like an angel. It just killed me. That movie just killed me. There's a lot of funny movies out there.
I know.
But
wait,
they
what's
don't-
your favorite comedy?
I mean, I think Arthur Slapshot.
Yeah,
the
you said
hockey
that. You're
movie I
like,
love.
are you listening?
Yeah,
Rachel.
Inside of You is brought to you by Neurohacker, Qualia Mind. Let me tell you something about this. I always tell the story, Ryan, but I had this stuff before they were a sponsor. It's so good. I sent it to my mom, and I swear to God, this is not BS. She loves it. It helps her focus. It helps me focus. It gives me a little energy. Our sponsor, Qualia, comes combined with 28 of the most research-backed nootropic ingredients on Earth into the ultimate brain fuel formula, Qualia Mind, and it's been changing people's lives for years now.
The formula is non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, and the ingredients are meant to complement one another, factoring in each ingredient's effect on helping to support mental clarity.
You know, it's amazing how this stuff can transform willpower and productivity. It can turn or transform tons of life habits for the better, from workouts to job performance to life goals. It's really, truly a great product. And it's also backed by a 100-day money-back guarantee. So if you have almost 3 months to try Qualia Mind at no financial risk and decide for yourself, it's really helping me. I'm just, more focused on tasks, better memory, increased verbal acuity, motivation, Ryan, discipline. I get things done, and I have ADD, and this stuff really works wonders. See what the best brain formula on earth can do for your mindset. Go to qualialife.com/IOU for up to $100 off Qualia Mind. And as a listener of Inside of You, use code IOU at checkout for an additional 15% off any purchase. Qualia Life, QUALIALIFE, Qualia Life. That's qualialife.com/IOU and use code IOU for an additional 15% off to experience life-changing mental performance from Qualia Mind. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition. By the way, I don't know why I thought of it. When I think of Shelley Long, I think of Cheers, and then I think of Kirstie Alley, and you worked with Kirstie Alley.
Yeah, I did.
Was she great to work with?
Well, yeah, I'm a Scientologist, so I'm not.
No, I was like, let's see if this is would have been my response if you said that. Play it real. Go ahead. So, Kirstie Alley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I worked with her, and I'm a Scientologist.
Oh, cool. Is that, do you get creamed for that? Do you get creamed for that? Anyway.
And can I say this, though, about what is this? Like, this is like, it just went crazy jazz hands. All right. Kirstie was amazing to work with.
Right.
So kind. And as far as a woman who was she was fat. She was saying, and I'm saying she was saying she was fat. She was like fat actress. She approved the title. Whew, it was a lot. Right. And this is what happened. We were in the show together. And she said, why are we dressing Rachael like Holly Hobby? She's like, why are you, she's little. She's like so cute. Let's dress her.
She's petite.
Yeah, let's dress her and make her look great.
Wow.
She didn't,
that's cool because most actresses are I don't want to say actresses, but like they want to look at the better.
Yes.
They always, are women like that, be honest?
I think.
Do you think a lot of women are sort of like, especially if they're the lead?
I think if they're extraordinarily insecure, right? And you're not to that place in your life where you're like, everybody needs to fucking win. And I want you to win. And there is no competition.
And she wanted everybody to win, Kirstie.
Yep, she did.
I have a theory. Never have a girlfriend who's a friend that's a girl set you up with somebody, because she will never set you up with somebody prettier than her. Period. And I called one of my friends out. I go, really?
That happened to you.
This is what you think is my type? I think she's cute. No. Yeah. You think you're way prettier.
Yeah.
That was just my theory.
That's good. No, I get it. I get it. Well, but this is my other thing, though, is that I think your friend has a thing for you.
No, God. No.
If she didn't set you up with somebody prettier than her. Because if my beautiful friends were single, do you know what I mean? If my friends, I have really beautiful friends. Cheryl Hines is one of my very best friends. Susan Yeagley, married to Kevin Nealon. Gorgeous.
I love Kevin. He was on the pod. He's so great.
Yeah, they're the greatest. And I would set my friends up with them. Like back in the day when we were in the Groundlings.
You just said, I'll connect you want your friends to be happy.
Yeah.
It's your choice to go out with them, but you should go out with them. Yeah. See, that is how it should be.
Yeah.
If one of my friends said to me, hey, your friend Jill is really cute, I go, I'll talk to her.
Yeah.
Jill thinks you're cute. I'll go out with them. Sure.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
You're an adult.
Yes. Yeah. But you said earlier that you felt like dating is hard. right now?
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
hard.
with someone right now, or are you?
No, I'm not with someone right now. But you should see the message on this dating app that I was talking to this girl on.
I
All right,
think.
you ready for this?
Oh God, yes, I'm ready.
I'm not going to
It's
say.
just I don't even
I'm
know
not going to say the
why.
name.
I don't know why.
Oh, they deleted me. Good. Yeah, but they deleted me because I told them you need to find someone. I put them in their place.
You need to tell me what it was said.
It was like I was like, hey, she said hello first. She goes, hello. And I go, hey, how's your day going? Blah, blah, blah. Ignored everything I said. I go, I like your name. It's unique. Where are you from? And then she goes, look, I'm looking for a serious relationship. I'm looking for someone who has the same needs as me. And it went on. I go, maybe we should start out with, how you doing? And let's chat. And
then fun.
what are your
And
hobbies?
let's just see if there's any kind of
very serious. And then
Yeah.
she said something else. She goes, I just like to get to the punch. Like, what are you looking for? And I'm looking for someone who's fun. I'm looking for someone who is engaging and not so serious all the time. Maybe, and I think the last thing I said is like, I wish
response?
it was just weird. And I just said, hey, I wish you the best. I hope you find someone great. So I didn't delete her though.
Yeah.
I wanted her to read that.
Yeah.
I wish you the best, but I don't think, you seem a little too serious for me. I feel like I'm in a job interview.
Yes.
I said that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a job interview.
Yeah.
Loosen up.
Yeah.
It was just, wow.
Yeah.
Such a cute, charming on the outside.
Yeah.
But like maybe this person had some bad relationships or was burned or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, was she over 30?
Yes.
Okay.
39.
Good.
39.
Okay.
She's 39.
Okay.
I don't worry so much about age as long as the person takes care of themselves, is funny. They don't have to be funny. They have to understand funny. They have to get funny.
Yeah.
I don't need someone like me. I don't want to date someone like me. I like somebody who's a little more, shut the fuck up. I like when somebody says enough.
Okay.
But I have to be attracted to them. So if
enough.
Okay. So if they have sex appeal, I don't care how old they are. I mean, I don't want to date like a 70-year-old.
Yeah.
What's the oldest you've dated? I'm going to say 64.
Well, my no, I haven't dated anyone older than me.
Really?
Yeah. My husband,
I could see that though.
My
You look
ex-husband
young.
I do, but I do.
I definitely do.
I do. And I think it's a problem because guys ask me out that are a lot younger than I am.
How much younger? You date 30-year-olds?
I've been asked out by 30-year-olds.
Do you say yes?
And I'm like, you have no idea. I could be your mother.
That's
And
what
they're
I
like, yeah,
That's what I like.
and that's when I run a country mile away. If they're it's tough because my ex-husband is 8 years younger than I am.
Okay.
But I recently, I had been with someone who was in their 50s, which I loved.
Okay.
I loved that.
But that didn't work out.
That didn't work out.
Why doesn't it work out?
I think we were just in different places. I have 2 little boys. This person has a grown son. I think that's.
Do you want someone to come in and eventually be your partner and be sort of like a stepdad and be that? Or are you just looking to date someone, have fun, and don't worry about that?
Well, I went into this last relationship in that place.
What place?
Where I was like, I just want to date someone, have fun.
Right.
And then what I realized, if I'm being really honest, is that, my boys are part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that they have a dad, that's very involved in their life. And we have a great relationship. But I think what I would like is for them to be a part of the conversation, right? To not be always be involved with this person that I'm dating, but that they understand who that person is in my life.
Right.
And it's not like we don't start out right out of the gate with my kids.
Yeah, it's like, I got to bring them birthday presents. I've just been dating her 3 months.
No.
Jesus.
But that's what I even went for in the beginning because I was like,
Right.
well, let's just I want to know you even before I introduce you to my kids. So it was very, it just became clear that
He didn't want that.
We weren't in the same place.
Right.
For a lot of reasons.
It's understandable.
But I'm happy that I went through that.
Yeah.
Like, and also I still talk to this person.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'm not like that.
Yeah, you're like me. You're just, you know, it's not like I'm
not going to cut and run and hate and say terrible things.
Yeah.
You know, and we were also extraordinarily private. So.
Really? Really private. Are you a private person?
Not totally, but I think in that realm of dating, I think it's important, especially being kind of known, that you give yourself the space to be just the two of you for a little while.
Just the two of you.
And then be with friends, right? Like that's another thing too. Yeah. You know, like
there's a lot of elements to dating. It's not just, am I attracted to this person? Yeah. It's, do I want to really hang out with this person all the time? And then, do my friends like this person? Do they get along with my friends?
I think the friend thing is everything.
It really is. I dated someone and I just, you know, my friend was just, a couple of my friends were just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was hoping you wouldn't say that, but I knew you would.
Yes.
Because I felt it myself.
Yeah.
They're just telling you what you're already feeling.
Yeah. No, you need to be able to, that's part of it, right? Like bringing someone into your world and seeing if that gels.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things as you get older, you don't want a chameleon for people. You want to make sure that you're who you are.
Hey, I'm going to say a word you describe your time.
Okay.
Goosebumps.
Really, really satisfying getting to do comedy and drama. Like really, like good drama.
Is there anything going to happen in the future with this?
No, it was picked up for a second season and then they told us they're doing a trilogy. So a whole new cast.
Were you upset?
Yeah.
If
Justin Long and I had the greatest time with them.
If you got picked up and they loved it, what?
Well, we worked so hard on the first season. It was very exciting. And I loved our executive producers. Like I loved Aaron O'Malley and Rob Letterman. Ugh.
He's such a dick.
He's a dick. And I don't know if he would have come back for season 2, but if he had come back, I would have.
You would have done it.
Yeah.
Star Trek Voyager.
Oh, hilarious.
That's hard, probably. Did you have a lot of lingo?
I gave birth to a baby out my back. It was like I shit a baby.
On an episode?
Yes. Yeah. I have a birthing bar that I had to push and shove a baby out my back. I was in El Campo.
Was it a lot of shit that they had to put on you?
Not on me, but on the baby. The baby had cream cheese and strawberry jam.
Is that what you put on babies to make them look real? Is that the?
I don't know, but I have also the greatest story about that too.
Go ahead.
The director, after I have the baby and they put the baby on my arms, I was so excited and happy, and I say maybe someday this baby, very similar to Sequest. I was like, maybe someday this baby will see the sun because we lived underground. I don't know why all my sci-fi lines are the same, but that happened. And then the director came up to me and goes, okay, can you bring it? And this is one of my first jobs ever on Universal. I think, no. Or it was like at Gower. I can't remember.
Can you bring it?
He goes, can you bring it? And I just looked at him and I go, yes. I had no idea
what you were in store for.
No, I had no idea what he thought. But I didn't say, well, what do you mean? Like this is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
But now I will be very direct and say, I don't know what that means. Like I have no problem saying, I don't know what that word means. I don't know. I've not read that book. All those things, right? That you think you should know or whatever. And so he said, can you bring it? And I was like, yes. So we do another take. And he's like, okay, but I really need you to bring it. And I was like, I got you. Okay. Third take, the makeup artist comes and she blows menthol in my eyes. And I'd never had menthol in my eyes before. And she's like, he wants you to cry. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. That's.
God, he had no idea what he was talking about.
He didn't say, I want you to cry. I don't know. Well, you can say that as a director. Yeah. I've said that to people.
Like, I don't know nowadays. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you could say, hey, I want you to cry. I want you to, if you want,
I think
if you would like to cry, then I would like also to see that.
I think you can say this is a big moment where this person breaks down, where they absolutely lose it. Are you comfortable doing that? Right? There's a way he could have gotten into that conversation.
I had a director who was an asshole. He just was like, he was such a
That's
dick.
shocking.
He comes up to me and I'm filming this and we got along really well. And then he goes, and he was in a rush and all this stuff. He goes, I want you to do this and then, and this, and then say that to him and then do that. And then got off and I did. He goes, no, I told you to turn and then say that and then go. And I go, whoa, dude, why don't you come up here and slow down and really direct me and show me exactly what you want? Because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now.
Yes.
And he was just frantic. I want you to do, and then this, and then that. After that moment, I was just like, this guy's a dick.
It was James Gunn.
No, I love
I'm
James
kidding.
Gunn.
I'm kidding.
It was.
I love James Gunn. That's funny.
It was. I can't say it.
Oh.
It
was.
Yeah, he's not that
Allen.
big of a director. In fact, I don't know what he's doing right now. But he did one thing that I loved, but I can't talk about it.
Okay.
I think he's talented. I just think he was a dick that day.
Yeah, we've all had that stuff.
All right. Listen.
Not to minimize it, but.
I mean, you've done so much. Friends, The Office, Curb Your Enthusiasm. How was that?
Curb Your Enthusiasm. Again, that was I shot it with Mel Brooks.
And you improvised the whole time?
Yeah. Yeah.
You came up with all this shit.
Yes.
What do they give you? What do they say before you do the scene?
Okay. So he just said you are a lesbian. You and your partner are having a baby that you've adopted from China. I'm going to come in and talk to you about baby names. I'm probably going to offend you, and I want you to respond to that. And I was like, okay. That's what Larry David.
Larry says it.
Larry says this to me. And there's also an outline. And so we come in. I'm so nervous.
But you don't have to memorize anything.
No. But that's even scarier because
it's all your words.
When you're terrified, it's hard to be funny, right? Unless you are feeling
confident.
Right.
And it's hard. It's a balance. You get confidence.
Larry does this. Just say a line right now and I'll be Larry David.
I hate peanuts.
Okay.
He'll do that look.
And Cheryl, okay, so cut to Cheryl Hines is my best friend, and I call her and I said, I'm sorry, I'm sure I'm fired. I'm supposed to work tomorrow, but I'm sure they're going to fire me. And she totally goes into hysterics. And she said, Rach, not hysterics. She'd be like, I was in hysterics. But starts laughing and says, everybody feels that way. She's like, that's just the look on Larry's face. And I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me this? She's like, well, you have to experience it for yourself and it's fine. And maybe you wouldn't get that look. But she's like, but that's how he processes things. She's like, trust me, I would have known by now if you weren't coming back. And I'm like, okay. So second day, Mel Brooks is in the scene. I play his assistant. He comes in and I can't even show, he touches my face with his hands. He's in the middle of the scene. He's like, oh, Leslie, I think my name was. And he's like, touches my face. And then he sticks his leg back behind him. Like he's doing a L shape. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
He's improvising and being hilarious. And I'm like, what is going on? But everybody starts dying and laughing. And it was amazing, seeing Larry working with Mel Brooks and laughing so hard, and Jeff Garlin, everybody was great. And then at the end of the day, we break for lunch. And I go up to him and I say, I just want to tell you what an honor and a privilege. I can't believe I got to shoot something with you. And I'm such a huge fan of your wife, Anne Bancroft, and the turning point. If we're talking about dramas, wow. And I said, and he was like, oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much. And I said, well, it was really nice. And I was wrapped and he gave me a kiss on the cheek and he said, I'll call you tonight. And then he turned around and walked away.
Brilliant. That is so brilliant.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh,
I know.
I mean, you did Friends.
I did Friends.
I mean,
it was fun.
I mean, you've done such memorable shit. Desperate Housewives and
yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Unfrosted is out now.
Yes.
And you do a voice.
I basically do a voice in it. Yeah. I play Anna Cabana, Bob Cabana's wife, Jerry Seinfeld's wife. but it's very brief. Like
But I think
like
a lot
to
of people
say,
have brief stuff.
yes, I appear in Unfrosted.
You worked with Seinfeld.
I did.
All right.
And Melissa McCarthy and Jim Gaffigan and
Jim Gaffigan is awesome.
the
Melissa
greatest.
McCarthy is hilarious.
So great. Yeah, no, it was amazing to be the off camera with all these idiots like Tom Lennon, James
Tom
Marsden, Bobby Moynihan.
This is called Shit Talking with Rachael Harris.
How dare you?
How double dare me. These are my top tier patrons. They ask questions.
Okay, your top tier patrons?
Patreon.com/inside you. I love you. They
Patreon.
support the show so much. They're going to love you.
You guys.
Raj, this is fast. You have to.
Okay.
So really quick answers. Raj, do you have any fond memory of a time where you splurged on yourself?
Yes. Yes. Well, in high school, I remember buying myself a Timex watch. I mean, when I was in college.
Casio.
Stop it.
Yep.
I bought myself a Timex watch, and that was a big deal, not knowing that things like Rolexes existed.
Jen T, what is the best advice you've ever received from a teacher or mentor?
Ed Vaughn, my college professor. Oh, and by the way, whatever, that's beside the point. But Ed Vaughn, my college professor, I was like, I just want to do it right. And he said, well, that's the problem. He said, you're never going to do it right. He said, you have to do it how you are going to do it. And he said, it doesn't matter what I think. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. He's like, I'm here to direct you, but you have to like what you're doing. You have to make the choice. And that was pivotal.
Sound advice. Jules M., what is a standout moment for you from Lucifer?
Oh, just a little scene with Tom and I where he says, I want her to choose me. And I say, well, then tell her. And just in encompassing very quickly, I'm sorry, all of the therapy scenes with Tom and I were the standout moments.
You loved it.
I've lived in therapy. Like, it just felt so good to be the person that wasn't the patient.
Little Lisa, what do you think your best quality is?
Empathy and
I'd say your smile, your eyes,
that's
your
face.
skin, your height.
No, I like to. Wow. No, I love to laugh. I love to find the funny in every
You're a good
single
laugher.
situation.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's a good laugher. Some people, I hate their laugh. Tina.
Mine is obnoxious.
Who do you look up to?
Who do I look up to? My friend Marty Cartalian, which nobody in the world knows. It's fine. And my friend Cheryl Hines.
You know, you talk about her enough. She's going to come on this podcast. You're going to get her. Will she do it?
Yeah, she'll do it maybe in 2 weeks.
I love you.
Do you like
that was a great answer. She'll do it in like 2 weeks.
In like 2 weeks. That's because I'm like thinking about what she's doing right now.
We should go out to dinner like in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We should do dinner in at least 2 weeks from now. Okay.
I mean, I'm just buffering because it's like she's got stuff to
do. Yeah, of course.
Her husband's running for president.
This has been amazing.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Did you have fun?
Yes.
Like, you're so easy to talk to. I love this. Will you come back?
Yeah.
I feel like I can just talk to you about anything.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Ryan?
It's pretty easy.
It was enjoyable. All right.
Is it ever like pulling teeth? Do you ever feel like,
sure.
Fuck?
The next one. I want to pull teeth right out of my mouth.
Oh my God.
She's awesome. And she's so adorable. I loved having her on the podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't know her. And I'm glad I got to know her. I feel like I know her. Don't you feel like you know Rachael?
She was really cool to have.
Yeah, I think you'll all feel like you know Rachael after this episode, after you listened. So, well, let's get into it. Thank you for listening. If you like this podcast, please follow us. If you liked Rachael, if you like the interview, you're going to love other interviews. And I hope you'll take the chance at listening to them. And let's get into our top tiers, our patrons who go above and beyond and give back to the show so we can keep doing it. These are the top tiers, folks. Nancy D, Leah and Kristen, Little Lisa, Yukiko, Jill E, Brian H, Nico P, Robert B, Jason W, Sophie M,
Raj C, Jennifer N, Stacy L, Jamal F, Janelle B, Jamel B, Mike E, Eldon Supremo 99 more, Santiago M, the L,
Maddie S, Belinda N, Dave Hall. Hello, Dave. You know, I love you. I just saw you on the YouTube live. Brad D, Ray Harada, Tabitha T, Tom N, Talia M, Betsy D, Rhiannon C, Corey K, Deb Nexon, Michelle A, Jeremy C, Mr. M, Eugene and Leah, the Salty Ham, Mel S, Chris, Eric H,
Oracle, Amanda R, William K, Kevin E, Jor L, Jammin J, Leanne J, Luna R, Mike F, Brian L, Jules M, Jessica B, Kyle F, Kaylee J, Charlene A, Todd T, Mary Louise L, Romeo the Band.
Romeo the Band, Frank B, Jen T, April RM, Randy S, Rachel D, Jen Carolina, Nick W. Did we say Leanne Pritchett? Is she not a top tier patron anymore?
There's a Leanne G.
Leanne, I'm sure Leanne's on here. I have to ask Bryce about that. Stephanie and Evan, or Stefan, Charlene A, Don G, Jenny B76, John, Jennifer R, Tina E, NG Tracy, Keith B, Heather and Greg, Ellie K, Elizabeth L, Ben B, Jammin, Pierre C, Susie Q, Sultan, Ingrid C, Brandon C. We love you. We can't do this podcast without you. From the Hollywood Hills in Hollywood, California, I'm Michael Rosenbaum.
I'm Brian Taylor. I'm here too.
Little wave to the camera. We love you guys. And please be good to yourself. We'll see you next week.